Before you walk into your next job interview, I want you to imagine something. Imagine sitting across from the interviewer, and instead of feeling nervous or blanking out, you actually know exactly what to say. Not because you memorized a script, but because you finally understand the real strategies behind every interview question. Today, I'm giving you something most fresh graduates never get, a complete video interview mastery training designed specifically for people with zero work experience. You're about to learn the sample answers, the mindset, the structure, the resume formula, the cover letter formula, everything, so that when an employer asks, "Tell me about yourself," you don't panic, you smile. Let's begin. Welcome to this full interview mastery training for fresh graduates. And if you're here, it already says a lot about you. It tells me you're serious about your career, intentional about your growth, and ready to do what most candidates never do: prepare the right way. And here's the truth. You can stand out, not because you have years of experience, but because you're about to learn how to communicate with clarity, confidence, and purpose. That's what employers pay attention to. That's what helps you rise above hundreds of applicants with the exact same degree. Today, we're going deep. Not surface-level tips, not recycled advice you've heard 1,000 times. Real strategies, real examples, and full sample answers you can apply immediately. We're going to break down the interview questions every fresh graduate struggles with, how to answer them naturally and confidently, how to turn academic projects and volunteer work into strong achievements, a complete ATS-friendly resume breakdown, a cover letter formula that actually gets read, how to write a professional email when applying, and how to follow up without sounding pushy, and how to present yourself as a prepared, capable young professional. Throughout this video, I'll walk you through each strategy the same way I prepare fresh graduates for real interviews, step by step, with clarity and zero fluff. So get comfortable, get focused, and let's sharpen your confidence. Part 1. Core personal and motivational questions. Tell me about yourself. This is usually the first question in any interview, and it sets the tone. Your goal is to present yourself as professional, focused, and relevant to the role, even without work experience. Think of it as your story, your academic achievements, relevant projects, volunteer work, and your future goals. Keep it concise, confident, and natural. Here's an example of a strong answer for a fresh graduate. Hello, my name is Sarah. I recently graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer science from XYZ University, where I developed a strong foundation in software development, data structures, and problem solving. During my studies, I led a team project to develop a mobile app for local businesses, which taught me valuable teamwork and project management skills. I also volunteered as a coding tutor for high school students, which improved my communication and leadership abilities. I'm passionate about learning new technologies and applying my skills in a practical setting. I'm particularly excited about this role because it will allow me to contribute to real-world projects while continuing to grow as a professional. Number 2, why should you hire me? This is where you link your skills, traits, and experiences to the company's needs. Even as a fresh graduate, you can emphasize your adaptability, willingness to learn, and any relevant projects or internships. Focus on how you'll add value right away. You should hire me because I bring a strong foundation in software development backed by practical experience through academic projects. For example, in my final year, I led a team to create a project management tool that improved task tracking efficiency by 20%. I'm highly motivated, quick to learn, and eager to contribute to your team's success. I'm also adaptable and thrive in collaborative environments, which I believe aligns perfectly with your company culture. Number 3, what are your strengths? When discussing strengths, pick those that are relevant to the role. Focus on soft skills and abilities you've demonstrated through projects, coursework, or volunteer work. Always give a brief example. One of my key strengths is problem solving. During my final year project, our team faced unexpected software bugs that threatened our deadline. I systematically analyzed the issues, proposed solutions, and collaborated with teammates to fix them efficiently, which allowed us to complete the project on time. I'm also highly organized and detail-oriented, which helps me manage multiple tasks effectively. Finally, my strong communication skills have helped me work seamlessly in team projects and volunteer activities. Number 4, what are your weaknesses? Interviewers want honesty and self-awareness. Pick a real weakness, but always show what you're doing to improve it. Avoid cliches like, "I work too hard." Focus on something you've actively worked on and learned from. One area I'm actively working to improve is public speaking. While I feel confident in small group settings, I sometimes get nervous speaking in front of large audiences. To improve, I joined a university debate club and volunteered to lead workshops for students, which has helped me become more comfortable and effective at communicating in larger groups. Number 5, why do you want this job? This question tests your motivation and understanding of the role. Show genuine interest in what the company does and how the role aligns with your skills and goals. I'm excited about this role because it aligns perfectly with my skills and career aspirations. I've always been passionate about software development, and your company's focus on innovative tech solutions resonates with me. I'm eager to contribute my knowledge from academic projects while learning from your experienced team. This position offers the opportunity to grow professionally while making a meaningful impact. Number 6, why this company? Here the key is research. Highlight specific aspects of the company culture, projects, or values that attract you. Avoid vague answers like, "It's a great company." I admire your company's commitment to innovation and social responsibility. Your recent project in developing accessible educational software really stood out to me because it combines technology with positive social impact. I'm drawn to your collaborative culture and opportunities for continuous learning, and I'm confident my skills and passion for tech make me a great fit for your team. Now that we've covered the core personal and motivational questions, we're ready to move into behavioral, teamwork, and leadership questions, the ones that really let you show your problem-solving skills, adaptability, and ability to work in a team. Part 2. Behavioral, teamwork, and leadership questions. Behavioral and leadership questions are where interviewers really dig into how you handle real-world situations. Even as a fresh graduate with zero work experience, you have plenty of examples to draw from: academic projects, volunteer work, internships, or even group activities. The key is to use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. This approach helps you structure answers clearly, show your skills, and demonstrate impact. Let's break it down with some examples. 1. Describe a time you worked in a team. Teamwork questions assess how well you collaborate, communicate, and contribute to group success. Focus on your role, how you contributed, and what the team achieved. In my final year project, I was part of a team developing a mobile app for small local businesses. Our task was to design a user-friendly interface and implement a functional prototype. I contributed by managing the back-end coding and integrating API features. We held weekly meetings to track progress, brainstorm solutions, and ensure smooth communication. As a result, we completed the project ahead of schedule, received positive feedback from our professor, and even presented it at the university's tech showcase, which was attended by industry professionals. 2. Describe a time you took a leadership role. Even if you haven't held a formal leadership position, you can highlight moments when you guided others, organized activities, or took initiative. During a group assignment for my software engineering course, our team struggled with organizing tasks and meeting deadlines. I stepped in to coordinate the workflow by creating a shared task tracker, assigning responsibilities, and setting weekly goals. I also held short check-ins to address any challenges and encourage collaboration. By the end of the project, we submitted a fully functional application on time, and the team reported feeling more organized and motivated. This experience helped me develop leadership and coordination skills. 3. Tell me about a conflict you resolved. Conflict questions test your ability to handle disagreements professionally. Focus on staying calm, listening, and finding a solution that benefits everyone. In one of my university group projects, 2 team members had different opinions on the design approach. The disagreement started to delay progress, so I suggested a structured discussion where each person explained their perspective. I facilitated the conversation, encouraged compromise, and proposed combining the best elements from both approaches. This solution was accepted by the team, and we completed the project successfully. This experience taught me the importance of active listening and collaborative problem solving. 4. Describe a problem you solved creatively. Problem-solving questions are about showing initiative and creativity. Highlight how you identified the problem, your approach, and the result. In my data analysis course, I noticed that many students were struggling with understanding a specific statistical concept. I decided to create a simple visual guide and step-by-step tutorial, which I shared with the class. As a result, several classmates reported that the guide helped them understand the topic more clearly. This taught me that identifying problems and thinking creatively can make a meaningful impact. 5. How do you handle feedback? Employers want candidates who can learn and improve. Focus on your openness, adaptability, and willingness to grow. During my internship at XYZ organization, my supervisor suggested improvements to my project documentation. Instead of feeling discouraged, I carefully reviewed the feedback, asked clarifying questions, and applied the suggestions immediately. This not only improved the quality of my work, but also helped me learn best practices for professional documentation. I now actively seek feedback to continuously improve my skills. 6. Tell me about a time you motivated others. Even as a student, you can show leadership by encouraging peers or supporting your team. In a volunteer program at my university, our team was tasked with organizing a fundraising event. Some members felt overwhelmed by the workload. I took the initiative to motivate the team by dividing tasks into smaller, manageable steps and recognizing each person's contribution. As a result, the team felt more energized and accomplished our goal, raising 20% more funds than initially planned. This taught me the importance of positivity and encouragement in teamwork. 7. Describe a time you had to make a tough decision. Decision-making questions show your critical thinking and judgment. Highlight your process and reasoning. During my final year project, we realized our initial app design wasn't user-friendly. We had a tight deadline, but I suggested pivoting the design to simplify navigation. I discussed the pros and cons with the team, evaluated risks, and proposed a plan to implement the changes efficiently. In the end, the redesign improved usability and our project received top marks. This experience reinforced my ability to make informed decisions under pressure. 8. How do you handle stress in group settings? Stress management is crucial in teamwork. Show that you remain calm, organized, and supportive. During exam week, I was balancing multiple group projects and individual assignments. I managed stress by prioritizing tasks, creating a schedule, and breaking larger projects into smaller steps. When my team felt overwhelmed, I encouraged short breaks and organized brief check-ins to keep everyone aligned. This approach helped us complete all projects on time and maintain a positive team environment. Great! Now that you've mastered teamwork, leadership, and behavioral questions, it's time to tackle problem-solving, communication, and adaptability, the skills employers value most in fresh graduates. In Part 3, we'll explore how to confidently answer questions that test your analytical thinking, flexibility, and ability to learn quickly. Let's move on. Part 3.
problem-solving, communication, and adaptability questions. Now we're diving into problem-solving, communication, and adaptability, key skills that employers look for, especially in fresh graduates. Even without formal work experience, you can highlight how you approach challenges, communicate clearly, and adapt to changing situations using examples from academic projects, volunteer work, or internships. We'll cover the questions most likely to come up and give full, polished sample answers you can use as a guide. 1. Tell me about a problem you solved. Problem-solving questions test your critical thinking and initiative. Focus on identifying the issue, your approach, and the result, showing that you can handle challenges proactively. In my final year software development project, we encountered a major bug in the application just 2 weeks before submission. The bug caused data inconsistencies that threatened our entire project. I analyzed the problem, traced the code to identify the root cause, and suggested a step-by-step fix to my team. We divided tasks, implemented the solution, and tested thoroughly. As a result, the project was completed successfully, received high marks, and our professor praised our problem-solving approach. This experience taught me the importance of staying calm and systematic under pressure. 2. How do you communicate effectively? Communication questions assess your ability to clearly convey ideas and collaborate with others. Highlight specific methods you use to keep communication clear and effective. During my internship at XYZ organization, I was responsible for presenting my research findings to the team. I prepared a concise visual report and summarized key insights verbally. I encouraged questions and ensured everyone understood the technical details, even non-technical colleagues. This approach made our team meetings more productive and improved overall project understanding. I learned that clear, structured communication is essential for team success. 3. Describe a time you adapted to change. Adaptability is crucial, especially in fast-paced environments. Show that you can adjust quickly, learn new skills, and handle unexpected situations. In my internship, the project requirements changed midway, requiring us to shift our focus to a different software platform. I quickly learned the new system through online tutorials and discussions with colleagues. I shared my knowledge with the team, adjusted our workflow, and helped implement the new platform efficiently. As a result, we met the revised deadlines without compromising quality. This experience strengthened my adaptability and learning agility. 4. How do you handle criticism? Criticism questions gauge maturity and willingness to improve. Show that you respond constructively and act on feedback. In one of my university projects, my advisor suggested that my initial report lacked clarity and depth in certain sections. I listened carefully, asked for clarification, and revised the report with more detailed analysis and supporting evidence. The updated report received excellent feedback, and I learned that constructive criticism is an opportunity to improve and grow professionally. 5. Give an example of when you solved a problem as a team. Team problem solving shows collaboration and initiative. Highlight your role, approach, and results using the STAR method. In a group project, we faced conflicting ideas about the project design. To resolve the issue, I suggested a structured brainstorming session where each member presented solutions with pros and cons. I facilitated discussion, encouraged consensus, and helped the team choose the most feasible approach. We implemented it successfully, finished the project ahead of schedule, and received top marks. This taught me the importance of collaboration and structured problem solving. 6. How do you prioritize tasks when facing multiple deadlines? Prioritization is key for time management. Show that you can organize tasks based on importance and deadlines. During exam season, I had multiple projects and assignments due in the same week. I created a priority list based on deadlines and complexity, breaking large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. I allocated specific time slots for each task and tracked progress daily. By following this system, I submitted all assignments on time without compromising quality. This approach has helped me stay organized and efficient under pressure. 7. Describe a situation where you had to learn something quickly. Employers love candidates who can pick up skills fast. Highlight your learning process and successful application. For a data analytics course, I needed to use a software tool I had never encountered before. I quickly went through tutorials, practiced sample datasets, and asked peers for guidance. Within a few days, I became proficient enough to complete my project successfully, earning one of the highest grades in the class. This experience showed my ability to learn new tools and adapt efficiently. 8. How do you handle miscommunication in a team? Communication breakdowns happen in any group. Show that you approach them calmly and proactively. In a group assignment, 2 team members misunderstood the project requirements, leading to duplicated work. I organized a short meeting to clarify responsibilities, encouraged open discussion, and updated our shared task tracker to prevent future confusion. By improving clarity and communication, we completed the project smoothly and learned the importance of checking understanding early. 9. Describe a situation where you overcame a challenge alone. Independent problem solving shows initiative and resilience. Highlight your actions and results. In my final research paper, I struggled to find reliable sources for a key section. I spent extra time exploring academic databases, consulted librarians, and synthesized the information effectively. My paper was praised for its thorough research and clarity. This experience taught me perseverance in self-reliance in problem solving. Fantastic! Now that you've mastered problem solving, communication, and adaptability, it's time to move into handling pressure, prioritization, and situational questions, the types of questions that show employers how you perform in challenging scenarios. Let's move on to Part 4.
Part 4. Handling pressure, prioritization, and situational questions. In this part, we'll focus on questions that explore how you handle pressure, prioritize tasks, and respond to situational challenges. Even as a fresh graduate, you can show resilience, organization, and critical thinking using examples from projects, volunteer work, internships, or student leadership activities. We'll go through common questions and provide full, polished sample answers, so you'll know exactly how to respond with confidence. 1. How do you handle pressure? Employers want candidates who remain calm and focused under stress. Focus on your strategies for staying organized, managing time, and maintaining a positive attitude. During my final exams, I had multiple assignments and a capstone project due in the same week. To handle the pressure, I created a detailed schedule, breaking tasks into manageable sections and allocating specific time for each. I also practiced mindfulness techniques like short breaks and deep breathing to stay focused. By staying organized and calm, I was able to submit all tasks on time and perform well in exams, which taught me the value of structured planning under pressure. 2. How do you prioritize work when multiple deadlines clash? Prioritization is about knowing what's urgent, what's important, and how to allocate your time wisely. Use real examples to show your methodical approach. During a group project, I had to balance research, coding, and preparing a presentation. I prioritized tasks based on deadlines and complexity, tackling the most urgent and time-consuming items first. I also communicated with team members to ensure collaboration didn't overlap or delay progress. This approach allowed us to meet every deadline successfully while maintaining high-quality work. 3. Describe a time you handled a difficult situation. Situational questions test problem-solving, resilience, and adaptability. Show that you remain solution-focused, even when the situation was challenging. In one of my volunteer projects, we faced last-minute cancellations from key participants, which threatened the event schedule.
I quickly reallocated tasks, contacted alternative volunteers, and adjusted the timeline. The event went smoothly, and we received positive feedback from attendees. This experience taught me the importance of staying flexible and thinking on my feet. 4. How do you handle a difficult coworker or team member? Conflict is inevitable in teams. Employers want candidates who approach disagreements professionally and seek resolution without escalating tension. During a group assignment, one team member was consistently late submitting their portion of work. I spoke to them privately to understand any challenges they might be facing and offered support where possible. We agreed on a new timeline and check-in process to ensure accountability. The team member improved their contributions and the project was completed successfully. This experience taught me the importance of empathy, communication, and collaborative problem solving. 5. Describe a time you had to make a quick decision. Quick decision-making shows judgment, responsibility, and confidence. Highlight how you assessed options and acted effectively. In a group coding project, we discovered a critical bug hours before submission. I quickly evaluated potential fixes and proposed the most feasible solution to the team. We implemented the fix immediately, tested thoroughly, and submitted the project on time. The professor praised our ability to manage unexpected challenges. This experience taught me the importance of staying calm and decisive under pressure. 6. How do you handle ethical dilemmas? Ethical questions assess your integrity and values. Emphasize honesty, fairness, and professionalism. During a class project, I noticed a teammate taking credit for work they hadn't done. I approached the situation respectfully, discussing it privately and clarifying contributions with the team. We reallocated tasks fairly, and everyone received proper recognition for their efforts. This experience reinforced the importance of integrity and open communication. 7. Describe a time you had to adapt to unexpected changes. Situational adaptability demonstrates resilience and problem solving. Highlight your flexibility and positive approach. In a volunteer initiative, our planned outdoor event was canceled due to sudden weather changes. I quickly suggested moving the event indoors, reorganized logistics, and communicated the changes to participants. The event went ahead successfully, and the team appreciated my quick thinking. This experience taught me the importance of staying adaptable and solution-focused. 8. How do you handle high-stress deadlines? This question assesses time management and stress coping strategies. Use examples showing planning, prioritization, and calm execution. During my final semester, I had overlapping deadlines for multiple assignments. I created a schedule prioritizing the most urgent tasks first and broke down larger projects into smaller, manageable steps. I also set milestones and tracked progress daily. By staying organized and focused, I completed all assignments on time and maintained quality work. This experience taught me that structured planning and perseverance are key to handling stress. Situational. You're assigned a task you've never done before. Situational questions like this test learning agility and resourcefulness, show that you approach new tasks with curiosity and planning. In my internship, I was asked to analyze data using software I hadn't used before. I immediately researched tutorials, practiced sample datasets, and sought guidance from colleagues. Within a short time, I completed the analysis accurately and on schedule. This experience showed me that a proactive learning approach and resourcefulness are critical when facing unfamiliar tasks. Great job! You've now mastered questions about pressure, prioritization, and situational challenges. In Part 5, we'll move into career goals, motivation, and personal uniqueness, questions that help interviewers understand your long-term vision and what truly drives you. Let's continue with Part 5.
Part 5. Career Goals and Motivation Questions. In this part, we'll focus on questions that explore your motivation, career goals, and what sets you apart from other candidates. Even as a fresh graduate, you can demonstrate ambition,
purpose, and enthusiasm by drawing on your experiences, skills, and vision for the future. Let's go through the most common questions and full sample answers you can use as a model. 1. What motivates you? This question helps interviewers understand what drives you. Be honest and align your motivation with the role or company values. I'm motivated by opportunities to learn and solve challenging problems. During my final year software project, I faced complex coding challenges that required creative thinking and persistence. Successfully overcoming these challenges gave me a sense of accomplishment and reinforced my desire to contribute to meaningful projects. I'm excited about this role because it offers continuous learning and real-world problem-solving opportunities, which align perfectly with my motivation. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Employers want candidates who have direction and ambition. Focus on growth, learning, and contribution without sounding rigid or unrealistic. In 5 years, I see myself as a skilled professional contributing significantly to innovative projects in this field. I hope to take on increasing responsibilities, develop leadership abilities, and continuously enhance my technical and problem-solving skills. I also aim to mentor junior team members and help foster a collaborative, high-performing environment. Ultimately, I want to grow with the company while making a meaningful impact. What sets you apart from other candidates? This is your chance to highlight unique qualities, experiences, or skills. Focus on traits that are relevant to the role and backed by examples. What sets me apart is my combination of technical knowledge, problem-solving skills, and a proactive learning attitude. For instance, in my academic projects, I often took the initiative to explore new technologies and implement solutions beyond the course requirements. Additionally, my volunteer experience has strengthened my teamwork and communication skills. I'm highly adaptable and eager to contribute, which I believe will allow me to add value to your team immediately. Describe a goal you achieved and how you reached it. This shows determination, planning, and follow-through. Use clear examples from academics or volunteering. In my final year project, my goal was to develop a fully functional mobile app that met user needs within a strict timeline. I began by planning milestones, delegating tasks within the team, and setting regular progress reviews. Despite some technical challenges, I maintained focus, adapted when needed, and completed the app successfully. The project was highly rated by my professor and showcased at a university event. This experience reinforced the value of planning, perseverance, and teamwork in achieving goals. Why are you interested in this field? Focus on passion, skills, and alignment with the industry. Show enthusiasm and a genuine connection. I'm drawn to software development because it combines creativity, problem-solving, and continuous learning. I enjoy turning ideas into functional solutions that have real-world applications. During my studies, I developed several projects, including a task management app and a volunteer database system, which allowed me to see how technology can solve everyday problems. This role is an ideal opportunity to apply my skills and continue growing in this field. What inspires you to work hard? Employers want to know what keeps you motivated even when tasks are challenging. I'm inspired by the opportunity to make a meaningful impact through my work. During my volunteer tutoring, I saw how helping students improved their confidence and understanding, which motivated me to invest my best effort. Similarly, in academic projects, seeing a challenging problem solved successfully drives me to work diligently and continue learning. I enjoy contributing to outcomes that have tangible benefits for others. What are your long-term career aspirations? Show ambition and focus while keeping your answer relevant to the role and industry. Emphasize growth and contribution. My long-term goal is to become a skilled software developer who can design and implement innovative solutions to complex problems. I also aspire to grow into a role where I can lead projects and mentor new team members, fostering collaboration and innovation within the organization. I believe starting in this role will provide the foundation and experience necessary to achieve these aspirations while contributing to the company's success. Fantastic! Now that you've mastered questions about motivation, career goals, and what makes you unique, it's time to tackle salary expectations, tricky questions, and the final questions to ask the interviewer, the closing part of your interview preparation. Let's move on to part 6. Quick pause. If you're finding this training helpful so far, make sure you follow Career Prep View so you never miss videos like this. I create content to help fresh graduates build confidence, master interviews, and get hired faster. And if you're watching this, you're already on the right path. All right, let's keep going. The next part is extremely important. Part 6, Salary, Tricky Questions, and Final Questions. In this part, we'll tackle some of the trickiest parts of an interview: salary expectations, challenging questions, and the final questions you ask the interviewer. Even as a fresh graduate, you can answer these confidently by preparing ahead, doing your research, and using structured, professional responses. Let's go through the most common tricky questions and examples of full answers. 1. What are your salary expectations? Salary questions can be intimidating. As a fresh graduate, focus on your willingness to learn, growth opportunities, and market research rather than stating a fixed number immediately. Be professional and flexible. I'm primarily focused on finding a role where I can grow, contribute, and gain practical experience. I understand the market rate for this entry-level position, and I'm confident that your company offers a competitive package. I'm open to discussing a salary that reflects the responsibilities and the opportunity to learn and develop within the company. 2. How do you handle challenging or tricky questions? Interviewers sometimes ask questions designed to test your thought process or composure. Take a moment to think, stay calm, and answer honestly and logically. If I'm asked a challenging question, I first take a moment to understand it fully. I consider possible approaches and think about similar experiences I've had. Then I respond clearly, explaining my thought process and any relevant examples. For instance, when asked how I would handle a sudden project change, I described a past experience where I adapted quickly and collaborated with my team to meet the revised goals successfully. 3. How do you respond to unexpected or confusing questions? The key is to stay calm, clarify if needed, and provide a structured response. It's okay to ask for a moment to think or for clarification. If I receive an unexpected question, I take a brief moment to gather my thoughts and ensure I understand what's being asked. For example, in a mock interview, I was asked how I would handle a project with conflicting priorities. I explained my method, assessing urgency, creating a schedule, communicating with the team, and adjusting as needed. This approach shows my ability to think critically and respond thoughtfully under pressure. 4. Do you have any questions for us? The final question is your chance to show curiosity, interest, and preparation. Always have 2 or 3 thoughtful questions ready that demonstrate you've researched the company and are serious about the role. Yes, thank you. I have a few questions. Can you describe what a typical day or week looks like for someone in this role? What are the key skills or qualities you value most in your team members? How does the company support the professional development and growth of entry-level employees? These questions show engagement, interest, and a desire to grow within the company. 5. How do you handle what-if or hypothetical questions? Hypothetical or situational questions test your problem-solving and reasoning. Use the STAR method or logical frameworks even if you haven't experienced the exact situation before. If asked a hypothetical question, I focus on analyzing the scenario logically. For example, if asked, "What would you do if a project deadline was suddenly moved up?" I would assess the revised timeline and tasks, prioritize critical components and delegate appropriately, communicate with the team to ensure alignment, adjust the plan as needed while maintaining quality. This demonstrates problem solving, adaptability, and teamwork, even in situations I haven't faced directly. 6. How do you handle "why didn't you have an internship?" tricky fresh graduate question? As a fresh graduate, interviewers may ask why you lack professional experience. Focus on transferable skills, projects, and readiness to learn. While I didn't have a formal internship, I actively developed my skills through academic projects, volunteering, and self-directed learning. For instance, I led a team project to develop a mobile app, volunteered as a coding tutor, and completed online certifications to expand my knowledge. These experiences taught me teamwork, problem solving, and practical application of my skills, which I'm excited to bring to this role. Excellent! Now you're fully prepared to handle salary discussions, tricky questions, and even the final questions you ask the interviewer. In Part 7, we'll cover final preparation tips, handling failures, staying confident, and wrapping up your interview with a lasting impression.
Part 7. Final preparation, handling failures, and staying confident throughout the interview. We'll focus on preparing yourself mentally, handling questions about failures, staying confident throughout the interview, and leaving a lasting positive impression. Even as a fresh graduate, you can shine by showing maturity, self-awareness, and a growth mindset. 1. How do you handle failure? Interviewers ask about failures to see your resilience, self-awareness, and ability to learn from mistakes. Pick a real example, focus on your learning, and show how you improved. In my second-year project, our initial prototype failed during testing due to overlooked requirements. Instead of getting discouraged, I analyzed what went wrong, identified gaps in our planning, and suggested improvements for the next iteration. By applying these changes, our team successfully delivered a functional prototype. This experience taught me the importance of learning from mistakes, staying persistent, and continuously improving. 2. How do you stay confident during an interview? Confidence comes from preparation, mindset, and body language. Even if you feel nervous, structured preparation helps you appear calm, competent, and engaged. I maintain confidence by preparing thoroughly in advance, reviewing common questions, practicing answers, and reflecting on my achievements. I remind myself that I'm capable and that the interview is an opportunity to showcase my skills and enthusiasm. During the interview, I maintain good posture, make eye contact, and listen actively. This helps me remain composed and confident, even in challenging moments. 3. How do you wrap up an interview effectively? The closing moments are crucial. A strong ending reinforces your interest, summarizes your strengths, and leaves a positive impression. At the end of the interview, I usually thank the interviewer for their time, express my enthusiasm for the role, and briefly highlight how my skills and experiences align with the position. For example, I might say, "Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I'm very excited about the opportunity to contribute to your team. My academic projects and volunteer experiences have prepared me to hit the ground running, and I look forward to the possibility of learning and growing with your company." 4. How do you prepare for an interview as a fresh graduate? Preparation is key, especially if you have no prior work experience. Focus on understanding the company, reviewing common questions, preparing examples, and practicing delivery. To prepare for an interview, I research the company's mission, values, and recent projects. I review the job description and match my skills and experiences to the required qualifications. I also prepare examples from academic projects, volunteer work, and internships to demonstrate teamwork, problem solving, and adaptability. Finally, I practice answering questions aloud to improve clarity and confidence during the actual interview. 6.
maintaining a positive mindset throughout. Employers notice attitude. Showing positivity, energy, and enthusiasm makes a strong impression. Even as a fresh graduate, your mindset can set you apart. I maintain a positive mindset by focusing on opportunities to learn and contribute. Even when challenges arise, I see them as a chance to develop new skills and grow professionally. For instance, in a challenging group project, I encouraged collaboration, kept morale high, and focused on solutions rather than problems. This mindset helped the team succeed and left a positive impression on our professor. 7. Final tips for fresh graduates. To summarize, here are key tips to ace your interviews as a fresh graduate. Prepare examples from projects, volunteering, and academics. Use the STAR method for behavioral questions. Research the company and understand the role. Show adaptability, willingness to learn, and problem-solving skills. Stay calm, confident, and positive throughout. Ask thoughtful questions at the end to demonstrate interest. Following these tips ensures you leave a professional, confident, and memorable impression. Part 8. How to write an ATS-Friendly Resume. Fresh Graduate Edition. Before any recruiter reads your resume, something else usually sees it first, the ATS. So what exactly is an ATS? ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. It's a software used by companies to automatically scan, organize, filter, and rank applications. Over 90% of companies, including small businesses, use ATS. That means a real human might not even see your resume if the system can't read it properly. For fresh graduates, this is both a challenge and an opportunity. A challenge because fancy templates, icons, and poorly structured resumes will get rejected instantly. But an opportunity because if you know how to write an ATS-friendly resume, you'll automatically jump ahead of many applicants. Let me teach you exactly how to create a clean, powerful ATS-friendly resume that works even if you have zero experience. 1. Use a clean, simple format, no fancy designs. The ATS reads your resume like a robot scanning a document line by line. So avoid columns, tables, icons, photos, heavy graphics, or decorative elements. These confuse the system and cause important parts to be skipped. Instead, keep it clean and minimal. Use clear headings, education, skills, projects, experience, even volunteer work or internships, certifications, achievements, optional, contact information. A plain, simple resume gets more interviews than a beautiful but unreadable one. 2. Include keywords from the job description. ATS systems work like search engines. They look for keywords from the job posting and match them to your resume. If the job description mentions communication, Excel, customer support, time management, collaboration, data entry, then you must use these words naturally in your resume, inside your skills, projects, or experience sections. This isn't cheating. It's aligning your real skills with the employer's language. 3. Use action verbs and measurable results. Even without work experience, you can write strong bullet points by using action verbs and results. Here are verbs the ATS loves. Led, coordinated, analyzed, designed, developed, improved, organized, presented, created. Then add outcomes or measurable results, even if small. ATS loves numbers and specifics because it shows clarity. Full resume sample. Name, surname. City, country, phone number, email, LinkedIn, optional. Profile summary. A motivated and detail-oriented fresh graduate with strong skills in communication, teamwork, and problem-solving. Experience in academic projects, presentations, and volunteer roles. Eager to contribute to a dynamic team and grow in a professional environment. Education. Bachelor of Business Administration, University of Ohio, 2025. Relevant coursework: project management, business analytics, marketing strategy. Projects: Marketing Strategy Project, University of Ohio. Developed a 3-month marketing plan for a local brand, conducting competitor research, analyzing customer insights, and presenting a strategic proposal to a panel of professors. Received a recommendation score of 92%. Team Research Project, Business Analytics course. Collaborated with a team of 4 to collect and analyze survey data using Excel. Created charts, summarized findings, and presented results to the class. Skills: communication, problem solving, team collaboration, MS Excel, presentation skills, time management, research, analytical thinking, adaptability. Experience, optional if no internships. Volunteer event coordinator, local youth organization. Coordinated schedules for 20+ volunteers. Assisted in event setup and communication. Helped increase attendance by promoting events on campus. Certifications: Google Fundamentals of Digital Marketing, Excel for Beginners, Coursera, Project Management Basics, Udemy. Achievements, optional. Dean's List 2022. Completed graduation project with high distinction. This is the ideal structure: simple, clean, keyword-friendly, ATS-friendly, and perfect for fresh graduates.
Part 9. How to write a strong cover letter. A strong cover letter isn't a repeat of your resume. It's your chance to show your personality, explain your motivation, and connect your experiences to the role in a real, human way. Recruiters want to see 3 things from a fresh graduate: who you are beyond bullet points, why you chose their company, not just any company, and how your projects, coursework, or volunteer work shows potential. So here's the structure that works every single time. Not overly formal, not robotic. Clear, confident, and human. 1. Opening paragraph. Show enthusiasm, name the role, and explain why this role matters to you. 2. Middle paragraph. Highlight at least one academic project or volunteer experience that shows your strengths. Focus on skills like problem solving, teamwork, communication, research, the things graduates actually have. And final paragraph. Reaffirm your interest, express your eagerness to learn, and show that you're motivated to contribute from day one. And now, let me show you how all of that comes together. Clean, modern, recruiter-friendly appears exactly like this. Dear hiring manager, I'm excited to apply for the junior marketing assistant position at your company. What immediately drew me to this role is the chance to work on real brand campaigns and contribute creative ideas while learning from experienced professionals. As a recent graduate with a solid foundation in marketing strategy, communication, and project planning, I'm motivated to bring fresh energy and strong analytical thinking to your team. During my academic project on brand strategy, I led a team of 4 to develop a full 3-month marketing plan for a local business. I conducted competitor research, analyzed customer insights, and presented our plan to a panel of instructors. This experience strengthened my teamwork, presentation, and problem-solving skills, and taught me how to turn research into actionable strategies. I'm highly adaptable, eager to learn, and committed to contributing to your team with professionalism and enthusiasm. I would love the opportunity to bring my ideas, work ethic, and curiosity to your organization while continuing to grow in the field of marketing. Thank you for taking the time to review my application. Sincerely, this part is incredibly important because a lot of fresh graduates lose opportunities before employers even open their resume. Why? Because the application email, the very first impression, looks unprofessional, unclear, or rushed. A great application email is short, respectful, confident, and easy for the employer to understand. It makes your resume feel like it came from someone organized, serious, and ready for responsibility. Here's what a strong application email must include: A clear subject line. Recruiters should know instantly what your email is about. A short, professional introduction. State who you are and what position you're applying for. A brief reason why you're interested. Not a full cover letter, just a quick, meaningful line. A mention of your attached documents, so the recruiter knows what to expect. A polite closing line. Simple, clean, professional. Let's see how all of this comes together in a real example you can copy and customize. Subject: Application for Junior Marketing Assistant. Your name. Dear Hiring Manager, I hope you're doing well. I'm writing to apply for the Junior Marketing Assistant position. I recently graduated with a strong background in marketing strategy, research, and project planning, and I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute to your team. I've attached my resume and cover letter for your review. I would be grateful for the chance to discuss how my academic projects, communication skills, and passion for marketing could add value to your department. Thank you for your time and consideration. Best regards, your name.
Now we move into part 11, which is all about following up, something most fresh graduates avoid because they're scared of sounding pushy. But the truth is this: recruiters appreciate candidates who show polite initiative. It makes you look mature, responsible, and genuinely interested. Here's when to follow up. 5 to 7 days after sending your application. This is the perfect window. Not too soon, not too late. 24 to 48 hours after your interview. A thank you email is a must. It shows professionalism and gratitude. Your follow-up message should be short, polite, warm, easy for the recruiter to respond to, free of pressure or desperation. And here's exactly how to write it. Subject: Following up on my application for the job title position. Dear Managing Manager, I hope you're doing well. I'm following up regarding my application for the job title position submitted on date. I remain very interested in the role and truly excited about the possibility of contributing to your team. If there are any updates you can share or any additional information needed from my side, I would be happy to provide it. Thank you again for your time and consideration. Kind regards, your name.
Before we wrap up, let's take a few minutes to recap everything we've covered and pull out the most important strategies that will actually make a difference in your interviews, applications, and career journey. First, let's get this straight. Preparation beats experience every single time for fresh graduates. You might not have years of work behind you, but what you do have, your projects, your volunteer work, your coursework, and your willingness to learn can be turned into a story that employers will remember. If you can tell that story clearly, confidently, and with structure, you already stand out from most applicants. So here's a deep dive into the main points we've covered and how to put them into action. 1. Interview answers. Use STAR to structure your answers. Think of every example as a mini story. Even a small academic project can shine if you break it down clearly. What the challenge was, what you were responsible for, what actions you took, and what result you achieved. Highlight projects, volunteer work, internships, or leadership roles. For example, if you led a class project to research a marketing strategy, don't just say you participated. Explain your contribution, collaboration, and the outcome. Speak naturally, confidently, and with energy. Don't memorize word for word. Think about the main points you want to communicate and deliver them as a story. Smile, pause, and let your personality come through. Remember, soft skills matter just as much as technical skills. Teamwork, problem solving, communication, adaptability. These are all things employers can't always see on paper, but they notice in the way you answer questions. 2. ATS resume. Keep it clean, keyword optimized, and action-verb focused. Your resume must be scannable by both humans and software. Use headings like education, projects, skills, experience, and certifications. Include measurable results wherever possible. Even small achievements count. Did your team project receive high marks? Did your volunteer work increase participation or engagement? Add numbers, percentages, or results if possible.
Follow the template we showed for fresh graduates. It's simple, clean, and ATS-friendly, exactly what recruiters are looking for. Remember, clarity and relevance always beat fancy design. 3. Cover letter. Show personality, motivation, and potential. Your cover letter should tell the story of why you, not just what you did. Highlight one key project or achievement. Use it to show what you can bring to the company. Keep it concise and meaningful. 1 page maximum. Avoid repeating your resume. Your cover letter is your chance to explain your story, your drive, and your fit for the role. 4. Application emails and follow-ups. Write professional emails with clear subject lines and attachments. Make it easy for recruiters to identify your application. Include your resume and cover letter, and be polite, concise, and professional. Follow up politely, 5 to 7 days after applying. A quick, respectful check-in demonstrates initiative and interest without being pushy. Send thank you emails 24 to 48 hours after interviews. Express gratitude, highlight key points from the interview, and reaffirm your excitement about the role. 5. Bonus tips to level up. Practice out loud. Speaking your answers builds clarity and confidence. Record yourself or practice with a friend. It makes a huge difference. Research the company. Know their mission, values, products, or services. Reference this knowledge naturally in your answers. It shows preparation and genuine interest. Prepare smart questions for the interviewer. Asking thoughtful questions demonstrates curiosity, engagement, and professionalism. Avoid generic questions like, "What does your company do?" Mind your energy and tone. Enthusiasm matters. Smile, sit upright, and show that you're excited to contribute. Emphasize growth and potential. Employers know fresh graduates lack experience, but they value candidates who can learn fast, adapt, and grow within the role. Keep all documents consistent. Your resume, cover letter, LinkedIn profile, and emails should all tell the same story about your skills, achievements, and motivation. If you take just one thing away from this training, let it be this. You don't need years of experience to impress an employer. You need preparation, clarity, and confidence. Apply what you've learned today. Practice consistently, and you'll already be ahead of 90% of fresh graduates who sit back and hope for luck. Remember, confidence is built, skills are shown, and preparation always pays off. Now let's move into our final conclusion, and I'll leave you with one last action step to turn everything you've learned into results.
And that brings us to the end of this full interview mastery training. If you've made it all the way here, you're no longer the same candidate you were 90 minutes ago. You now understand how to structure your answers, how to show confidence without experience, how to highlight your strengths through real stories, and how to communicate in a way that employers can connect with. Your resume is sharper. Your cover letter is stronger. Your email communication is more professional. Your follow-up game is now 10 times better. Most importantly, you now have a clear advantage because you prepared. And trust me, preparation wins interviews. If this video helped you, make sure you follow Career Prep View for more lessons, sample answers, resume help, and interview coaching made specifically for fresh graduates. And if you want me to create a full mock interview video or a full resume review series, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to help. Keep learning, keep preparing, and remember, you don't need years of experience to impress employers. You just need clarity, confidence, and the willingness to grow. I'll see you in the next video.